Now, News Channel 8 News at Noon.
Welcome to News Channel 8 at noon. I'm Madison Starr.
And I'm Whitney Roberts.
Another day, another big problem with a broken water main in Montgomery County. 24 homes are still affected, as are thousands of drivers who are detoured by the complicated and lengthy repair work. Now to Brianna in the newsroom with more on the story.
Thanks, Madison. And commuters who have to drive through Bethesda may be en route longer than expected. Approximately 25 homes in Bethesda are left without water. The cause? A 68-year-old water main pipe that broke last night. A concerned Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission customer, Harold Riggum, walked through the work site this morning to ask an employee how long they can expect him to be without water.
Oh, they didn't say anything. You told me more just now than I heard from them.
Workers are still pumping water out of the hole, which lays low in the streets, making it more difficult to flush out. According to the WSSC spokesperson, Lynn Riggins, says the water main break is taking longer than what it normally would take to fix.
This is certainly a difficult one with the gas line and the storm drain. So we've got a lot of water to get out of here. Unfortunately, where this pipe is, it sits at a low point. So all this water is draining into the hole here, and we've got to pump it out before we can even begin to make repairs.
WSSC says the amount of water loss due to the break is nearly 3 million gallons. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Brianna Hurwitz for ABC 7.
Thanks, Brianna. Any news on repairs to the water main break will be posted on our website, newschannel8.com. A bicycle theft has taken place in Washington, D.C., and 5 suspects were caught on police camera. Dorianne is live in Washington with more info on the crime. Hi, Dorianne.
Right now, police are on the lookout for as many as 20 suspects who viciously attacked 4 young men in an attempt to steal their bicycles. Beaten, battered, and bikeless after they threw them off their bikes, punched, kicked, and jumped on all 4 victims. A woman in a passing car captured this video on her cell phone. The 4 young men came to D.C. from the suburbs for a bike competition at this skate park on 11th and R Street.
That's crazy. Can't believe that.
Skategoers were shocked to learn that the suspects scoped out the bikers, waited in the dark for them to leave the park before they attack. One victim says that as they rode their bikes to their cars to pack up, out of nowhere, 20 suspects emerged with the motive to steal their bicycles. Maurice Quick, a regular at the park, believes he may have seen the victims around and says it's best to be aware and cautious.
Stuff happens around here. You just gotta always be, watch your back.
I was gonna send him by himself.
But Taurus Martin decided he would come to the park with his godson.
Oh my God, I can't even believe that people would do that. This is like children.
Following the recent crimes that occurred near 11th and R Street, police are starting to beef up patrols.
It's not going to stop coming, but definitely got to be more cautious for sure, yeah.
Police hope that with an increase of a $5,000 reward, 5 of the suspects will be captured. In Northwest D.C., I'm Dorian Collins, ABC 7 News.
Thanks, Dorian. If any information is found in the suspects, please contact local authorities. Next up, we've got Allie here, and she's ready to tell us all about what's going on in sports. Stay tuned.
And now the Toyota Sports Desk, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
Sometimes you log into Twitter and see some piece of sports news and think this is big. Today we felt that way not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 big decisions from around the sports world, and we're going to break them down right now. In what could be the most overblown story following this past football season, Deflategate, we finally have some decisions from the league. 5 months after the initial controversy, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell today has announced his decision to uphold Patriots quarterback Tom Brady's 4-game suspension for violating the NFL's integrity policy. Tom Brady was suspended back in May for his alleged role in deflating 11 footballs prior to the AFC Championship game against the Colts, a game the Patriots dominated 45-7, scoring 28 second-half points after the discovery of the underinflated footballs. Brady has announced that he has authorized the NFLPA to take his suspension to federal court for further deliberation, so Deflategate continues on. In lighter NFL news, the league now has its first female coach in the 96-year history of the league. Former professional football player and new preseason coaching intern Dr. Jen Welter is back in football alongside the Arizona Cardinals linebacker group. While it may not be what she expected, Jen Welter is just one of the guys again.
I didn't start playing football to be here. I didn't even dream that it was possible. And I think the beauty of this is that though it's a dream I never could have had, now it's a dream other girls can grow up and have.
Coach Welter has her PhD in psychology, played for the Indoor Football League's Texas Revolution as a running back. Standing at just 5'2", 130 pounds, she is the first woman to play men's professional football at running back and now the first to coach in the NFL. Moving on to baseball, yet another big story. The Phillies traded Jonathan Papelbon to the Nationals for just a Double-A pitching prospect, Nick Pivetta. The Nationals announced they already picked up Papelbon's $13 million option through 2016. The six-time All-Star will take a pay cut for next season with the guarantee from the Nationals that he'll be Washington's designated closer. Meanwhile, the Nationals had some business to take care of in Miami, the first of 3 games against the Marlins. And here's something Nats fans have been looking to see for over 2 months. Jason Worth back in the lineup following his wrist fracture. Gets a little base hit there, went 1 for 4 on the night. Worth is not the only one off the DL. First baseman Ryan Zimmerman activated today. He'll have a little more success, this one for a single, but he would go 2 for 3 with that single and a double. Needless to say, the team is happy to have 2 of its stars back, but that wouldn't be enough tonight. Jordan Zimmerman gave up 3 runs in 6 innings, and the Marlins would go on to win 4-1. So no Curly W for the Nats, but the other Beltway boys playing at home. O's taking on the Braves. Chris Crush Davis hits 2 dingers tonight. His first 3-run homer in the first, this 2-run long bomb in the second. Crush getting it done early, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The Orioles cruise to a 7-3 win for their 4th straight victory. And finally, the Quicken Loans National at the Robert Trent Jones Golf Club in Virginia tees off this weekend, and Tiger Woods is looking to be in the hunt in his own tournament, benefiting the Tiger Woods Foundation. Tee times begin on Thursday.
Thanks so much for the update, Allie. Whitney, don't you live in the Gainesville area?
Yep, that's right near me. However, I don't see myself going because it seems to be hot. Melissa, what can you tell us?
It is hot out there, but it's not as bad as we've seen in the past couple of days. Right now, if we take a look, we've got 90 degrees in Reagan National, and the dew point is only at 63, so it is a lot more comfortable out there than what we have seen. But if we take a look at our temperatures around the area, we've got 85 in Andrews, 84 in Dulles, and 81 in Gaithersburg. Much more comfortable than we've seen, and those dew point temperatures makes it feel even more comfortable. We've got dew points in the 60s in most of the areas, 63 in DC, 62 in Andrews, and 64 in Culpeper. And it is much nicer out there, not as sticky. As we take a look at what the dew points would feel like, if it's around 55, it's more comfortable out there. We're getting up to around the 60s. 60 is a bit more humid, and 65 is sticky. We're right in between those areas right now. And the past couple of days, we've been around the 70-degree dew point mark, and that is when it gets oppressive and downright gross outside. A place that you wouldn't want to be. But right now we've got temperatures of around 92 for later today. It's going to be mostly sunny. It's going to be very warm. So if you're going outside, you might just want to be careful for the sun and for a little bit of stickiness. We've got high pressure sitting just to our south over here, taking those storms away and making it for mostly sunny for us. We don't have any storms coming this weekend, but we'll want to watch out for that later. We've got highs in the lower 90s this weekend with mostly sunny skies. And the beaches look very nice too. We've got highs in the upper 80s for the northern beaches with mostly sunny skies. If you're going to those southern beaches though, you will want to watch out for those storms that we see on Saturday and Sunday, and our highs in the lower 90s. And those temperatures tend to agree with what's happening for our 7-day forecast. We are in the 90s most of the week. We don't drop until the lower into the upper 80s until Wednesday, but those storm chances do return on Monday all the way through Friday. We've got those storms returning, so just watch out for that. Back to you, Whitney.
Well, Melissa, it sounds like a great time to stay indoors. Thanks for your update. President Obama visited Ethiopia Tuesday, making him the first U.S. president to actually visit the country. Obama spoke with members of the African Union and urged them to uphold democratic rights. Human rights groups have criticized the president's stop in Ethiopia, however, saying his trip gives legitimacy to an oppressive government. Obama also joked about winning another presidential term if he had the power to. Thank you for tuning into News Channel 8. I'm Whitney Roberts.
And I'm Madison Starr. See you next time, DC.